Hey everyone, I'm Average, and welcome back to another episode on A Beginner's Guide to Bun. In today's episode, we're going to be looking at something a little bit more obscure in the Bun ecosystem, and that is its native support for dynamic file-based routing. Let's take a look at their docs, actually, which I have open right here for their file system router. As you can see right now, they do want to support other styles, but right now they just support the Next.js style, the pages directory style. We got pages, and then we got our routes like index, settings, and blog. You can even do nested routes or routes with slugs or dynamic routes, even catch-alls if that's something you're interested in. And we're going to be looking into porting over our existing Bun.serve to a more file-based dynamic routing system. So we're going to start up our Bun web server just by using bun start. And let's get started on actually porting over some of these files to our new dynamic file-based router. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder in our root, and we're just going to call it pages, and we're going to call our next file inside of pages index.tsx. Now, Bun also does have built-in TSX and JSX support, as you can see here. And for those of you guys who don't know, TSX is a way to do HTML templating right inside of JavaScript or TypeScript. So we're going to be using that for today's episode. And you'll notice down here, we get a const router equals new file system router. We got styles, pages, all this stuff. Something that should be mentioned is this is not a replacement for Bun.serve. All this does is it takes a request, something like slash or a more populated BunRequest object, and it matches that against the route that it should serve. Inside of our index.tsx, our routes are going to look like this. We can do export default function, and then we can begin to return a body. And we can actually take what we have in here. We're going to wrap that in an empty container, just like so. However, you'll notice that we're starting to get some errors. And it says here, this JSX tag requires the model path React JSX runtime to exist, but none could be found. So we're going to need to install that. So it's pretty simple. Let's stop our Bun web server. And what we're going to do is bun add React DOM, and we're going to install those. And then we're going to add some developer packages as well. These are packages that will only be on the dev environment, not on prod. If we export that, these aren't going to persist in that. And that would be type/react, just like so, and type/react DOM as well. You'll notice once we install those packages and we start up Bun again, those errors are gone. And now we can properly parse TSX files. So how do we actually begin to serve these things as content on our endpoints? What we're going to do is comment out our entire original const server here, just so we have that as a reference so we know what we're trying to port over. And what we're going to do is create a new const called router, and we're going to say new bun.FileSystemRouter, just like so. And inside we need to pass it some options. The first option of which is going to be Next.js. That's the only option you can do right now for styles as of the day this video is being uploaded. It is possible in the future, if you're watching this, there are more styles, but we're going to be using the Next.js one. Okay, next we're going to give it a directory of where our files will be located. So we can do dir and then dot pages. This will kind of just signal to Bun that we want to do our file-based routing within this pages folder right here. Now we need to create a new server with Bun.serve yet again. We're going to set the port as we had before, but now instead of having routes here, we're going to do an async fetch, and we are just going to capture our BunRequest here as a parameter. So right now you'll see that there's an error, and this is because, again, like I said before, this file system router doesn't actually serve the content for you. So we get to decide how we want to handle our content. To match our request against one of our file-based routes, we need to do something like this. Const route equals router.match, and we can feed it the request from our bun request, just like so. If we don't get a route, what we're going to do is return a response.json, and we're going to say message not found, and then we're going to provide a status code of 404, just like so. But if we do find something, what we're going to say is matched route equals await import, and we're going to feed it our route.file path, just like so. And what this is going to do is it's going to import the module or the TSX file that is respective to the route we're trying to reach. And next we can do const handler equals, and we can say matched file dot default, and that is going to correspond to our default function here. As you can see, we marked it default, and we don't need to give it a name. And inside of here, we're going to pass in our request, and we're also going to pass in our match parameter params in case we do want that later on. Then we can say if the handler is an instance of response, that means that the handler is directly returning a response so Bun can use that. So that makes things super easy. We can just say return handler. However, what if it isn't a response? In this case, we're returning a React node, and we can return that by saying return new response, and we're going to say await render to readable stream right here from React DOM/server. And what we can do here is actually just pass in our handler, and we don't even need to give it a status really. Also, I just realized I did not actually reference these correctly. This needs to be matched route, and this needs to be route.params. Also, let's import our BunRequest here. So now in every case, we have a way to access our endpoint. I'm just going to open up Brave here, and we're going to say localhost 3000, and we should get our index page. So now this is serving TSX content. We are serving our index page from the TSX file rather than the index.html. If I delete this static folder now and I refresh, you'll notice we still have our original content that we have in our TSX file. This is the file-based index. We can see that change reflected right there. Okay, so what next? Because that's only one of our routes done. We can continue to keep porting them over. So I'm going to make a YouTube folder here. And inside of this YouTube folder, I'm just going to do index.tsx, just like so. And we can say export default function. Okay, and what was our logic for that? We just return a response.redirect. So we can literally just copy and paste that. And so we're going to save that. And if we do /YouTube, we should notice that we now get redirected to YouTube, as you can see right there. Awesome. The next one we're going to be doing is serving our image route. So we make a new folder called image, and we can put index.tsx. If you want, you don't need to do the folder. The reason why I do the folder is because in case I want to add further routes on top of that one. But you could just make a image.tsx inside of the pages folder if you know that you're not going to be extending this directory at all. Inside of here, we can do export default function, just like so. And again, it's super simple. We literally just take this and we return our image, and let's just make sure we are reloading. And then if I do /image, we'll get that image that I took of me from the other day. Next, we have the headers. So this is going to be a little bit different because this one we're actually going to be using the request. We can make a new folder as we did before, or actually I'm just going to show off the standard file, headers.tsx, and we can say export default function. And then inside of the parameters, we can say request BunRequest. So we're going to be getting a request of type BunRequest. And I believe this is the response that we have here. Yes, it is. So we can delete that now as well. Make sure we reload our Bun server. The way that the file system works is it only scans at the beginning of the initialization of the Bun server. Ensure that you're reloading it when you need to. And if we do /headers here, we will get our browser headers that we're sending over to our endpoint. We have a little bit of a different one. This one is still going to be pretty simple. It's nothing crazy. We just need to make a folder here inside of our pages and call it user. And inside of here, we can do an index.tsx, just like we did before. We're going to say export default function, and we're going to be asking for the Bun request. Make sure you import that. Okay, so because this is a different one, we're actually listening for both get and post. What we need to do is we need to say if request.method is equal to post, then we're going to do our post logic in here. So we can return this JSON here. This is the user post page. Otherwise, what we're going to do is we're just going to say this is the user get page. If you want, you could make it conditional so it only accepts post and get, but in our case, we're just going to be doing post and get. Post is going to be the only thing we actually conditionally look for, otherwise fall back to get. If you want, you can restrict all the other ones just by listening for those two and then giving an error maybe for the other HTTP methods like put or delete. But in our case, we're just going to fall back to get there. So let's give this a shot and see if that one worked. We should just be able to type in /user and we get this is the user get page. And then in Bruno here, if we do /user, we'll get this is the user post page as we want. The next thing we need to port over is our dynamic slug endpoint where we are accepting an ID. This is also pretty easy. Inside of our user folder, we can just make a new page. We're going to call this id.tsx, just like so. Export default function, request, bun request. And then we also need to get our parameters. We can say ID, and then the of object, this is going to be our parameter object, is going to be a string. So that will allow us to accept our ID. What we need to do is simply just return some JSON like so. And instead of doing this, we can just call it ID like that. And if I do /user/1, you'll notice that we get current user ID is 1, 5, current user ID is 5, and on and on. Perfect. Now the only endpoint we need to do is our current weather endpoint here. So again, this shouldn't be too bad. We need to make a new folder or a new root file. We're going to make a new folder, current weather, and inside of here, it's going to be index.ts, just like so. Now this file, again, is always going to have an export default function. We're going to be getting our bun request, just like so. That's where our body is going to be held. Okay, and for this one, we actually are going to check if the request is anything other than post. We're just going to return a error. This endpoint only accepts post method, and then we're going to say status 400 as that is a bad request. Now we can pretty much just copy and paste everything else that was in here and then uncomment all of this and format that so it looks a little bit nicer. I think we left in too many. Okay, and you'll notice that we actually need to make this an async function because we have await calls inside of here. We can do that just like so. Let's save this. Let's delete our routes from our comment here. And let's double check that that works. You'll notice actually that this route is a little bit different. Again, because we're using our async, we'll get a 500 internal server error. Why is that? That's actually because we aren't returning an instance of response, and we are attempting to convert this response that really is just a response. It's just asynchronous to a React node, which is not the case. This is not a React node. What we can do instead is we can say else if handler instance of, and we can say promise, because as you guys may know, hopefully you know, if our function is asynchronous and we return something, it's going to be a type of promise. You need to unwrap that promise or await the promise to get the result. So pretty easy actually to get around this. All we really need to do is return the handler with the await call like so, and we should be able to now retrieve information from that endpoint as well. So as you can see, we have our query of Paris. If I type in asdaz, we'll get location not found. And let's try doing a get request here. We'll get this message, and it says this endpoint only accepts post method. So that's it for today's video, guys. I walked you through getting the file-based router set up. So we have dynamic routes now, and we have individual pages for every route, which I think is a much better way of doing it rather than making kind of a God file or even making your own router, which I was thinking of doing, but I saw that this is in native Bun, so I figured why not? As you saw, it's not too bad of a setup. It's pretty quick and you can get a lot of things running very fast. And now we have the ability to serve TSX files, which I think is awesome. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to know what you think about this way of doing routing, kind of implementing it yourself. Bun.FileSystemRouter is not super documented. I mean, it is, but there's no real examples I could find online for how to use it. So this is kind of something I came up with. I'm not really sure if it's idiomatic. That being said, it is a way to do it and a way to use it effectively. So let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Have yourselves a great day. I'm Average, and goodbye.